Is it time to buy or sell SOXL ETF? In this video, we're diving deep into SOXL. Our initial report was published on our website on Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 11th of September, 2025, our system has categorized SOXL as a hold or accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Now, let's examine the performance of this exchange-traded fund during this time frame. Throughout this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 18.03% since we initially recommended purchasing SOXL 8 days ago. This equates to an average return of 2.25% per day since it was classified as hold or accumulate. A score of 0 signifies that our system predicts significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the latest developments, we cannot ascertain the ETF's next movement, as it has the potential to go in either direction. The exchange-traded fund has broken through a significant and robust upward trend in the short term, and an even stronger rate of increase is anticipated. Should there be any pullback, support is now established at the threshold of the recently broken trend, specifically at $31.41, a level that may present a second opportunity for upward movement. According to fan theory, the next potential peak level is $36.92, which may serve as a resistance level that could be challenging to surpass on the first attempt. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of 18.16% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 11.10% to 7.80%. When examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of negative 23.83%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 92.66% and negative 23.83% over the coming year. In current terms, this would place the future price between $2.53 and $26.22. Our latest daily update for SOXL includes the headline, SOXL ETF downgraded from buy candidate to hold accumulate after Monday trading session. The SOXL ETF price gained 4.27% on the last trading day, which was Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025, rising from $33.02 to $34.43. During that trading day, the ETF fluctuated 4.69%, with a low of $33.19 and a high of $34.75. The price has risen in 8 of the last 10 days and is up by 27.14% over the past 2 weeks. Volume fell on the last day by 3 million shares, with a total of 62 million shares being bought and sold, amounting to approximately $2.14 billion. It is important to note that declining volume on rising prices can indicate divergence and may serve as an early warning of potential changes in the coming days. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $41.19, while the lowest price was $7.23. Currently, the price is 16.41%, or $6.76 below the 52-week high, and 90.9%, or $343.81, below the all-time high reached on the 26th of November, 2020, when the price peaked at $378.24. SOXL, the 3x leveraged semiconductor exchange-traded fund, has taken center stage as chip companies see significant gains and product availability increases. Recent strong performances from NVIDIA and the robust movement of the ICE Semiconductor Index have fueled short-term momentum. Additionally, a newly introduced group of 3x leveraged exchange-traded funds in Canada expands access to this trade. These elements can enhance inflows and intensify both intraday and weekly movements in SOXL. Legislative efforts supporting domestic chip investment continue to foster a positive outlook, prompting traders to engage more with sector investments around earnings reports and macroeconomic catalysts. However, it is essential to consider the inherent structural risks. Leveraged compounding and substantial drawdowns render SOXL a high volatility instrument, advantageous during brief rallies, yet detrimental through prolonged corrections. In the short term, anticipate significant gains or losses linked to semiconductor earnings and market sentiment. Over the long haul, the consistent demand for chips could elevate the sector's baseline. Nevertheless, the path-dependent nature of SOXL suggests it is generally not suited for a buy-and-hold strategy. Long-term returns will rely as much on recovery patterns and volatility as on the fundamental performance of the semiconductor industry. The following signals have been identified for SOX. The SOXL ETF is showing favorable buy signals from both short-term and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the fund. Additionally, there is a general buy signal indicated by the short-term average being above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, support can be expected at levels of $31.62 and $27.71. A dip below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. A buy signal was generated from a pivot bottom point on Wednesday, the 3rd of September, 2025, and since then, the price has increased by 38.22%. Further increases are anticipated until a new top pivot is established. Moreover, a buy signal is also present from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, known as MACD. It is worth noting that trading volume declined during the last trading day, even as prices rose. This divergence between volume and price may serve as an early warning sign. Therefore, it is advisable to monitor the ETF closely. Here are some additional signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence indicates a buy signal. Pivots showed a buy signal 14 days ago. Bollinger presented a buy signal 6 days ago. The short-term moving average indicated a buy signal 13 days ago. The long-term moving average also provided a buy signal 13 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages revealed a buy signal 9 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe the short moving average indicated a buy signal 12 days ago. The long-term moving average provided a buy signal 74 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages showed a buy signal 67 days ago. For more signals, be sure to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Let's discuss support, risk, and stop loss for SOXL. On the downside, the exchange-traded fund finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $27.37 and $27.29. There is an inherent risk when an ETF is testing a support level. If this level is breached, the ETF could drop to the next support level. In this case, SOXL has support just below today's level at $27.37. If this level breaks, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $27.29 and $27.03. This ETF can experience significant movement during the day, indicating high volatility. Coupled with a wide prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this ETF is considered high risk. Over the last day, the ETF fluctuated $1.56 between its high and low, which is a change of 4.69%. For the past week, the ETF has shown an average daily volatility of 4.92%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for SOXL. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which means the ETF could move upward swiftly under the right conditions. In this case, you might want to enter a position and use volume to determine when to exit. On the downside, SOXL encounters its first support level at $27.37. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $33.51, reflecting a decrease of 2.68%. This exchange-traded fund experiences significant daily fluctuations, contributing to a higher level of risk. The relative strength index over 14 days is at 91, which notably escalates the risk involved. Additionally, there is a buy signal identified from a pivot bottom that occurred 13 days ago. Is SOXL ETF a good buy? SOXL displays several positive signals, yet we do not find these indicators sufficient to classify it as a buy candidate. At this stage, it should be viewed as a hold candidate. suggesting either holding or accumulating more shares while we await further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have revised our conclusion for this ETF since the last evaluation from a buy recommendation to a hold recommendation. After examining the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our systems indicate that the current price appears to be overvalued. For trading on Tuesday, the 23rd of September, we anticipate that SOXL will open lower by approximately 308 thousandths of a dollar and begin trading at $34.12. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day with warm regards from all of us here at StockInvest.